Hi, I'm Paris through Imami, and I'm a life coach to highly sensitive people. If you are wondering whether you're a highly sensitive person, book a complimentary session with me and find out. And if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel and like my videos. Today, we're going to talk about 10 superpowers of a highly sensitive person. I'm sure if you're a highly sensitive person, most of your life, if not all of your life, you've heard you're too sensitive, you're too much, you take things too personally, you need to toughen up. Well, I'm here to tell you that those people who make these types of comments just don't know all the beautiful traits of and characteristics of being a highly sensitive person. So the next time somebody tells you those things, take a moment to see if it's appropriate to educate them about high sensitivity because a lot of people just don't know. It's just that they don't have any knowledge about high sensitivity. So let's get into it. The first superpower is deep empathy. This means that you feel what other people are feeling. So you don't just see it, you actually feel it in your physical body. And this is beautiful because you can walk into a room and know exactly what's going on. You can pick up on people's emotions, you can pick up on their energy. You will know what people need a lot of times before they actually even know what they need. So it's a beautiful trait to have because you can be in tune with other people and you can help others when you can pick up on what they're feeling and what they're sensing and what they're needing. So it's a really beautiful trait to have. Next is like you have a rich inner world, which means that there's so many layers to your internal world, and you have such a huge and vivid imagination, not just in your consciousness when you're awake, but also in your dreams. You tend to have very vivid real dreams as if as if you're kind of watching a movie. And this really helps you with your creativity and just knowing, there's a lot of beauty that comes with having such a vivid imagination. There's a lot of insights that come to it. You see things differently. You're creative in a different way. You can see outside the box, like think outside the box. So there's a lot of beauty in having this rich inner world. And then the third thing is being so very, very creative. A lot of artists, writers, composers, musicians tend to be highly sensitive. They're very, very incredibly talented people, extremely creative, and they just have their own way of creativity. And your creativity isn't just your self-expression, it's also how you view the world and how you process the world and how you impact the world. That's also very beautiful in itself. It's just that you tend to have a very positive impact on your surroundings and in the world in general. And then number 4 is having a strong intuition. You actually don't need to, your intuition is so strong that you don't actually need to have logical proof for what you're feeling and sensing and thinking. You might sense danger where there's no signs of danger, but you just feel it in your body and you decide to leave that place. And then later on, you find out that, for example, maybe it got robbed or there was a fire or, there was some sort of danger that it wasn't present when you were having those intuitions, but it came about after you left. So your intuition tends to be very, very strong, and we tend to actually be pretty good about listening to our intuition unless something happens in your life where it changes that, like maybe a trauma or something like that. But otherwise, we tend to be very good about listening and honoring our intuitions. And then number 5 is we're deep thinkers. So our depth of processing is a huge aspect of being a highly sensitive person. You look at things you have a systems thinking, which means you look at things from a high level, but you can also hone in and look at things at a very, detailed level as well. So you're able to process things on many, many different layers. You can look at things from a very different angles. You tend to pick up on patterns that other people won't pick up on. You tend to see subtleties that other people may be missing. So there's a lot going on with your depth of processing. And then number six is you have a compassionate heart. You're very, you just want to care. You feel so deeply and you just care a lot. You care about other people, even people that, you don't necessarily know, even if they're strangers to you. You care about people. If you see someone in need or that someone who needs help, you want to help. You want to support them and lend them a helping hand, which is such a beautiful trait to have, especially in this world where people tend to be really mostly thinking about themselves and caring about themselves. You actually care about other people, and not just people that you love and are close to, but even strangers. If there's someone that you can help, you will definitely try to help at least. Number seven is heightened awareness. You notice subtleties that other people will miss. For example, you come in a room and something is different about the room. Maybe the table has been moved to the other room, or maybe the decoration has changed slightly. You will notice those changes. Or maybe, you're talking to a friend and suddenly there's something different about their expression or their facial um, expressions or their body language. You will pick up on that, even if it's very slight. And that really helps you because it helps you pick up on things, understand people better. It helps you navigate situations better because you're picking up on subtleties that most people will miss. And then number eight, this is one of my favorites, is that you have a very strong sense of justice. For us highly sensitive people, we can't stand it when someone is mistreating somebody else. And when you see injustice, you want to take action and you want to do something about it and you want to help that person. And especially if you see that person as an underdog, we definitely can't just watch something like that happen and not get engaged and not do something about it. And that's so beautiful. It's so easy to just look the other way and mind your own business. But we don't do that. We get engaged, we see how we can help that person. We stand up for that person because maybe in that moment they've lost their voice. And we definitely want to help and give them the voice that they're missing. That for me is such a beautiful characteristics to have. And then number nine is depth of connection. We don't like surface level anything, conversations, friendships, relationships. We like to be connected soul to soul with other people. And this is so beautiful because we know how to connect on a soul level. We know how to connect on a deep level with someone, which is also very rare. People want that, but they don't know how. So we intuitively know how to connect with others and how to, connect on a deep level with other people and build these really amazing relationships that have a lot of meaning. And then number 10 is resilience. Yes, I did say resilience. I know people tell you that you're weak or that your sensitivity is weak, but it's so not true. I want to tell you that I think you know this yourself. You're a very resilient person. You feel deeply, you yourself to feel deeply. That in itself is a sign of courage. And, when something knocks you down, you just get up and try again. And you just try harder. You find a different way. You look for a different way. If something is blocking you, you don't say, okay, well, I'm blocked now. I can't do this. You don't give up. You go ahead and you find a different way. And that's part of that's resilience. That's not just tenaciousness. It is tenaciousness, but it's also resilience. They go hand in hand. So the next time someone tells you that you need to toughen up, I want you to remember You were never meant to be hard. You were meant to be whole. You were meant to feel deeply. You were meant to sense deeply. And your sensitivity is not a liability, it's your superpower. Embrace it, honor it, love it, cherish it, and see the beauty that is in it. And notice that you're very unique. Only 20% of the global population are highly sensitive. So, lucky you, you get to be amongst the 1 out of 5 people who are highly sensitive. So, if you want to work with me on a one-on-one basis, please click the link in the description and book a complimentary session with me. If you like the content, please subscribe to my channel and like my videos. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.